Hey, Drone on Dude. So, we're back in the workshop. A little bit different to the usual task. I'm back to me engineering, and I've got a little job on for a mate of mine who's into his old bikes. Suzuki. I'm not big up on my bikes, but I understand engines. So, he's bought a couple of cylinder heads, second hand obviously, it's an old bike, and somebody has had a go at drilling out a snapped exhaust stud. They've managed to drill off to the side. It's an alloy head with a steel stud in it, so as soon as they've gone off, it's followed the direction of the softest metal. So I'm now trying to claim back the correct position. So I've had to have a little bit of a think about it, a little bit of imagineering, but I'll show you where I'm at so far. Okay, so two heads. This one is absolutely spot on, no problems with that. This is the offending stud. So what I've had to do is I've clamped the exhaust flange in place central, and I've used that hole and used a series of drill bits to find the centre. So the same diameter as the hole, that gives me the centre. I've then gone in with much smaller drill, gradually building it up, making sure I'm at 90 degrees. So my drill was 90 degrees. I'm just using a hand drill, but I've kind of got it pretty much 90 degrees bang on, and that's allowed me to kind of redefine the center. So I just unclamp and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, there we go. So you can see, so that is a piece of bolt I've put in, a stud I've put in to the hole that somebody's drilled, which was off, and you can see how close it is to the edge of the exhaust port there. A little crack formed, but it should be okay. That hole I've just drilled is actually the correct line of the stud. So what I'm going to do is drill it out over size, and I am going to tap it probably M12, because I think it's an M6, actually no, M12, it's an M8 stud that I need to put back in. So that is the plan. So watch this space and we'll see how it turns out. Catch you later. Okay, so I'm kind of heading in the right direction here. I've got my tapping hole size right for my M12. M12 by 1.75, so that is like 10.2, I think it is. I'll just introduce you to my, I call it my man drawer, and in here is literally everything that I've ever used over the years. A lot of stuff from when I served my apprenticeship as a toolmaker many moons ago at the Royal Ordnance Factory. So there's stuff in there from those days. There's my little tap wrench I made as an apprentice. Kept it all. So yeah, let's give this a go, see if we can tap it, and if I can tap it, then it's just a case of taking a M12 stud, and then I'll pop it on the lathe, and I will literally drill it, tap it, M8, and pop it in, and that should be it. So fingers crossed. Okay, so got my little bit of stud here, M12. I'm going to pop it into my lathe, and I am going to center drill it, drill and tap, M8, and that should just be the ticket. Okay, a little old Boxford there. It's a little bit tricky working in a single garage when you've got like that much stuff shoehorned in. My little press to move so I can get access, so I can move the tailstock, but it works, I manage. I'm sure Derek Hume, the old apprentice master, would agree with the tidiness in here, but like I say, I make it work. I've actually got a Mini in here too, and all my fossil stuff over there. So my Mini at the moment is my workbench, but yeah, kind of keeps us out of trouble. So hopefully get this stud turned up, pop it in. I'll make a new stud to go into there. Well, actually it'll be a bolt, not a stud, and job should be done. Okay. So this lathe I got many moons ago, just scrap value. It was missing quite a few parts. So for example, I've had to manufacture my own quill for the tailstock out of a piece of industrial plumbing pipe, heating pipe. Turn a 1 6 taper inside, so it's got a good hold of my chuck. Had to use things like a driving dog carrier for the hand wheel, and again a gear wheel off the lathe, just so I've got a hand wheel for the saddle. But it works. So all I'm going to do now is drill, centre drill, drill and tap M8, and that should be job done. Okay, so there it goes. Those centre drills, I think, well, I'm pretty sure that they were from the days of my apprenticeship, but there's nothing quite like them. They don't make them the same these days. Really good quality. Okay, so got the old Zeus book out there for just double checking my tapping drill size. So M8 made by 1x25, tapping drill is 6.8, so that's my next challenge. So got my tapping drill, nearest equivalent I could find, so we're gonna just pop a bit of, don't have any proper cutting fluid, so 3 in 1 will do, and let's give it a go. Okay, so just a tap now. Okay, so old school trick, tap in the tailstock. That should offer it up and keep it central. Make sure my lathe is turned off. A little bit of cutting compound, and then simply get it started. And then that's the easiest way to start the thread, and then I'll probably, if I don't continue it in here, I can pop it in the vise once I've got it started. Right, okay, so job done. That's my little insert. So M12 on the outside, M8 on the inside, and that should do the job. Literally pop that in, cut them a new bolt, and maybe a little bit of thread lock, but really that's going to bottom out anyway, so it can't go anywhere. Yeah, that should be the job done. All right, see you later.